I've got a present for you.
Yeah, Marsh has been playing quite a bit though, hasn't he, recently?
Yeah, he has. He's been playing show matches. He's not afraid to take on the big dogs, and he goes and gets games. So you have to give him respect for that.
Yeah, massively. So Marsh in the bottom right, Zedd in the top left. Any sort of early predictions? What do you opening game as the series goes on? What do you expect to see?
It's a good question. I think that Zedd will win this first game. That's my suspicion, but it's based on nothing more than a hunch. I think we'll see a lot of allied out of Marsh. I think Zedd will switch factions more. Probably going to see everything out of Zedd.
Yeah, you normally do. Yeah, I like watching Zedd. I like the fact that he does alternate between the few, and I love the fact that Marsh plays allied. So like, yeah, kind of like you said, does kind of bring a decent matchup.
I think this is going to be a close series. I wouldn't want to call the winner, but I think it's going to be 5-3 or 5-4 either way. I don't think we're going to see a steamroll.
You know, possibly not. See the brute coming in trying to scout.
Yeah, well, Zedd's going to probably do more of his scouting with the Gats on a map this size.
Yeah, 3 miners out for Marsh. A couple of them on gems. The fourth one now comes out. Yuri player is on 3 miners. Now the fourth one comes out. A radar comes out as well that allowed him to build the brutes.
Yeah, pretty much identical builds so far in terms of miners and buildings. Obviously, Yuri gets a little power buff, so Marsh going to have to put up a second power now. Zedd's not going to have to do that. But it's a pretty kind of tame early game, really. Neither player doing anything apart from establishing their economy.
Yeah, what do you make of? I was watching Andy last night. I would imagine Balf, you were probably at bed. I was at work last night, so we're talking a stream at about 4:30, 5 a.m. in the morning. But Andy was sort of saying, like, if you are playing as Allied and you are playing Yuri, you just can't afford to ever just sit back and relax. Like if you do that and you think, oh, I'll build up the mirages, even if I use a spy sort of thing, and Andy was sort of saying you will just get beat. So Marsh maybe want to try to be a little bit aggressive here if he's going on the ideology of what Andy says. A couple of Grizzlies coming forward now.
Well, Andy would know, wouldn't he? He is one of the, if not the best Yuri player out there. But Zedd's base is completely established. He's got a side tower ready to place, you've got to assume. And those 4 Grizzlies are nothing, really.
No, power drop on the left-hand side.
Yeah, will that get anything done? Probably get cleared up by a miner, won't it?
Yeah, that's the thing. A Battle Lab also out now for Marsh as well. What I would like to see Marsh do is can he get a spy off? Maybe can he get a Tanya off? Tanya, not sure, but I'd like to see him maybe try and get a spy off here. Maybe
get the racks.
Oh, you can.
Yeah,
That was close. Yeah, it was close. You'd take that for a power drop. You'd take it.
Doesn't really matter though.
No.
Because Zedd just finished placing a power, so he's just going to build another racks. Takes 1 second.
Yeah, not too much. And probably, and to be honest, that Rax is now in a far better position as well, isn't it? Because if worst case scenario, you can build a couple of Yuris out of there as well. That's probably done him a favour, if anything.
Well, Marsh back in his base. I mean, this is a real 10-minute no rush kind of game. We've got 4 minutes in, and both players are just sitting in base with little armies.
Yeah, but when I play Allied and I'm playing against a Yuri player, sometimes I feel like I'm winning the game of things. But as soon as my opponent switches over to discs, no matter how many IVs and NGs and IVs and GGIs I sort of build and try to defend, I always just seem to come unstuck against once the discs gets in the Yuri army. I always come unstuck against it.
Yeah, I mean, discs are a nightmare, aren't they? They are just a supremely powerful unit. and especially against Allied because they can retreat and take no damage,
Yeah.
which is obviously busted. It's obviously bad programming, but it is what it is. That's why we don't see this matchup very often.
No, he's getting a mine here on the gems would be nice. Yeah, that's nice. Nice use of the IVGGIs. I like that as well. Just got a few hits away. Didn't overcommit. You seen the brutes?
the brute spam that Zedd's like, I don't have a genetic mutator. That doesn't matter though. I'm just gonna build my own brutes, and I like it. Because brutes basically counter everything in the Allied army.
Yeah, it's so hard. I mean, what can you do against brutes? A BF, maybe with a Tanya in?
CLIFVs maybe?
Yes, yeah, that sort of thing. I know Larry spoke about that before, sort of saying you've got to do that, but there's a lot of brutes.
The thing is brutes take 2 hits from a CLIFV.
Oh,
so,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
They're still, they go down to red 1 tick, then die 2nd hit. So
yeah, need some Patriot missiles here. Need a preempt.
Yeah, I mean, this is the point in the game where Allied can't retouch Yuri.
No.
I think. Look at that army. Just forcing Marsh off the mid gems there.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well, isn't it? Even though Zedd could go in here and probably do some damage, it's like he doesn't need to because he can just relax, he can chill, he can take his time. He's going to mine all the gems.
Where's Marsh going with these Harriers?
Battle Lab?
4 Harriers in Zedd's base.
Battle Lab?
And does actually take the lab.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's pretty tasty. Good effort, Marsh.
Tanya in out now.
Zedd building more brutes.
Yeah.
That prism's not the worst counter to brutes. You're gonna need a lot of bloody prisms though.
Yeah, a lot. Here we go, engagement now. Can Marsh hold? Marsh's micro is very good, but there's so many brutes and everything in there.
Marsh definitely gonna surely lose that miner, although Zedd's got bigger fish to fry.
This is just nasty.
Forget the miner. Marsh losing his entire army.
When you watch Allied versus Yuri like this,
Marsh has an elite IFV. I don't think he's going to get much done with it though.
A couple of lag spikes just there. Yeah, when I watch Allied versus Yuri like this, I do think it's really difficult for the Allied player.
Zedd has an elite IFV now. Well,
yeah.
I don't think, as you said, Andy said, he just prefers to play Allied, and he's probably trying to prove that Allied can work against Yuri as well.
Yeah, so Zedd at the bottom side, he's won a lab. Marsh at the top side in yellow. Allied versus Yuri. I'm not confident here for Marsh. I would love to see Marsh make this work though. I'd love to see what he's.
Okay, so what does he need to do to make it worse? Do you think he needs to push early GIs, walk an NG into one of Zedd's oils, constantly harass? What is the winning condition for Allied here?
Yeah, definitely walk an NG to the oils. GI rush for sure, and you got to get that Grizzly out so fast to try and stop that GAT. Exactly the same as a Soviet player tries to do with a Rhino. But yeah, he just can't allow Yuri, a chance to breathe here. He's got to harass from the word go here. Any sort of chance Zedd gets to build up, I fear for Marsh.
So far, Marsh has only built 3 GIs, and Zedd built a Gatling cannon in Fear, so it's not a bad start. Marsh getting an early NG out there to snipe an oil. Probably does need to do that. IFV going to come out in a sec. There it is.
Will he just go straight for the oil, or will he try... Yeah, I think he will just go for the oil. There's a couple of GATs. There's no way you can get a war factory or anything.
Yeah, I mean, the GATs are coming in already, arguably.
Yeah, needs to
he's
move
not
fast.
going to be there in time.
Needs to...
yeah.
There's force.
It's good though. It's fine.
Yeah.
He baited a cannon. Now he can just get out of there. The threat of that IFV is big. It's distracting the hell out of Zedd. So if Marsh can multitask on the back of this, then...
Gets a barrack. Oh, he doesn't.
So close.
You know what, if he could have just got a barracks and then
So
just spammed
close.
bunkers, that sort of thing. Pillboxes, sorry. He could have harassed the war factory.
Maybe Zedd's on mags, so he can outrange base defenses pretty easily. What's Marsh got on the back of this? Couple of Grizzlies, got a Harrier to miss Magnetrons with. God, Harriers are really so bad. Anyway. Yeah, Zedd making miners behind this.
He's going for the Harriers to try and snipe the lab. I mean, he has to try these sort of things, but he just seems like he's in trouble now, Marsh, like as the ally player. And I'm not saying like Marsh has done anything really wrong. It's just such a hard matchup for me, in my opinion. Allied versus Yuri,
Well, I mean,
especially on a map like
this. Zedd's teched now. He's got a mastermind on the field, which means that everything apart from these Harriers are useless to attack with at this moment. And all those Harriers will die to one Gat cannon or like 2 Gat tanks, you know, because they're so good in the air.
It's a lot of money to spend if you're going to lose these Harriers.
He does get the lab.
If he loses one Harry, he'll take that all day. Yeah, he'll take that all day. Yeah.
There's good flying, and he's going to sit on the cliff with the GIs and maybe damage a miner a bit. That's a thing. And he's coming over to the other side with all of his Grizzlies, going to try and attack the miners. He can get 1 miner here before Zedd pulls the masterminds in.
It's a bit slow, Zedd here.
Especially if Zedd decides not to move the masterminds. Like,
it's really slow here. That's 2. You get out now.
Sacrificing those miners. That was an interesting play.
The thing is, like, Marsh has played this, like, he's done a lot of things better. He's been a lot more proactive than what Zedd is, and Zedd's made a couple of mistakes. Hasn't moved his miners, hasn't moved the masterminds, forced a few cannons and that. But
Zedd a second ago.
Yeah, but it's just because he's just Yuri, and you see this army building up. Like, he can afford to be sloppy. That's my problem. Marsh can't afford to be sloppy, but Zedd can.
Well, I suppose, you know, the way that Yuri is played here is versus Allied is much more passive. So one could argue that Zedd is playing the faction. You know, Zedd did take out one of Marsh's oils in the top right, which is crippling for Allied economy. So it's not like Zedd has just sat in his base and blundered constantly, but he did just sacrifice a couple of miners for no gain there. And there was nothing else on the map going on, so just a little bit of a delayed reaction from Zedd, but he's only human.
Yeah, Burke's saying that Gaoki has the best allied versus Yuri. He's very strong. Not something I've seen too much myself.
I haven't seen Gaoki play in like a million years. Like I wanna believe you, Berg, but he actually has to play for that to be true.
A seal and a Tanya out, so that's gonna be the thing that he's gonna try to use against these brutes. Now a seal and a Tanya, another seal. That should hold off these brutes pretty well. What do you think now? What do you think? He's got a Tanya and 2 seals in this army. There's a lot of Mirages. He's got the battle lab again.
Yeah. We lost a lot of Harriers for it, but slows Zedd down.
4 Harriers. He's got 3 battle labs.
I think that the brutes will just provide enough fodder for the masterminds to get in, and once the masterminds are doing their thing, then it's just awful.
Yeah.
But, I hope that it works.
Yeah,
Not
massive.
because I want Zedd to lose, but I just want it to be counterable.
Yeah. Trying to get another miner. Won't this time. Has to come out nice. I like that. One of the biggest things I always say is just people sometimes at intermediate level just overcommit a little bit. But nice play for Marsh. Got a couple of snipes away. Realised he couldn't get it. Comes out. Bucket tower comes there. I don't like this GIs though. These GIs are just gonna give him 3 units really.
Yeah, they overloaded a mastermind for a minute.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Ultimately nothing. I mean, I guess Marsh got them for free, so you may as well use them as fodder.
You need to get these Seals and Tanyas in though. Seals and Tanyas have got to come in. Oh, this is just everything he didn't want to happen.
Where are they? Where are the Seals? Oh, they're at the back there. No.
It's just frustrating to watch, but like, I feel for Marsh so much.
Well, I mean, it's fair enough. I mean, nobody is forcing Marsh to play as allied.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It is what it is. You know, Zedd is doing a good job, you know, just playing textbook Allied versus Yuri.
I
And
mean,
yeah, you're right. You can sacrifice a lot. You can make an awful lot more mistakes as the Yuri.
The thing is, with Marsh though, he gave him freedom at the start, didn't he? He didn't really do anything at the start. I'd like to see the GIs. I'd like to see the IVs, GIs, and all them sort of things. You know, like slow down that ally player. Don't give him the Yuri player. Slow him down. Make it hard for him. Put him on the back for force him to spend money. All them sort of things. But Marsh kind of just maybe showing a little bit too much respect at the moment. I'm not sure. I think Marsh has got more to offer though. I do think he has. He's taken points of course yesterday in RA2 and things like that. Here's the elite. Tanya doing some work though.
Tanya though, jeez, that Tanya.
Yeah. So Mastermind can't take over Tanya.
No, Tanya's a special unit. You can't take over Boris or Tanya.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
And if he can get the Gats out of the group, then Tanya can clear up every other thing in that group. She'll melt the brutes, she'll melt the masterminds, but it's just not really an option.
Yeah, that's very hard to manage all of that, isn't it? And sort of micro that. It's going to be 2-0 to Zedd. I think Marsh will have learned a little bit.
I hope Zedd doesn't stay as Yuri the whole series.
Player defeated.
But I have seen him a little bit over the last few days, so I don't know the Soviet Valve.
I've seen him play Soviet and Blitz. I haven't seen him do it in the vanilla games yet.
Oh, the vanilla games has become a thing, isn't it?
Perfectly competent.
The vanilla games is caught on, isn't it? Everyone is calling it the vanilla games now.
Yeah, I mean it's like, you know, you get your ice cream and then you get toppings. So vanilla.
How is your Yuri Blitz experience going on? Are you enjoying the Blitz still?
I haven't been playing much lately. I'm a bit rusty now, but I'm sure I'll get back to it at some point.
Oh, do you want to go QM after this then?
Oh, maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, so Marsh on the bottom side, he's playing as Soviet for the first time. Me and Balf are very excited to see. Top right, Zedd will continue as Yuri. Yeah, we should see how Marsh matches up this one. I'd like to see a Deso come early, harass the miners, mags, the Gats, you know, harass them. Really want to see Marsh on the front foot, and then on the back of that, hopefully getting that IC up. Starting with 2 patches of gems as well, so Marsh's eco will be really nice. Power drops coming in from both players.
Well, the factions are kind of, it's slightly reversed here in the sense that Marsh has to defend and get the Iron Curtain up, and Yuri has to be much more aggressive, whereas Yuri can just sit back versus ally and count its brutes.
Yeah, indeed, and that's nice to see that sort of reverse as well.
Yeah, well, it's interesting as well that with the super weapons off in this matchup, it's probably even more broken than Allied versus Yuri with super weapons on. Because without the Iron Curtain, Yuri can just completely dismantle Sov.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, that Iron Curtain is so important for Marsh here to get that Iron Curtain up. The radar we can already see out as well. He brings another miner as well, so he's heavy on the miners. Goes to 5 miners. Zedd on 1, 2, 3, 4 miners himself. 3 Gats out and a mag as well. Use the power drop just to keep using that for his eco. Can grind them each time. Battle Lab now comes out for the Yuri player in Zedd.
Yeah, Marsh has his lab up. Had it up for a little while now. So he's got a good build. Deso's out. Reactor's up. IC coming in a sec. And you know, Yuri's got to get something done before the first IC in a lot of cases. If Yuri doesn't get something done before the first IC, then they've got a real uphill struggle. So there you go. IC's up.
Yeah, this has been a good, like you said. We're now 3 minutes in, bang on now. It's been Marsh should be quite happy with this. He's got all of his gems on both patches. He's got his IC up. He hasn't lost anything. He's got his Desos out. He's quite content in a minute. But there is 3.5 minutes on this IC, and this is where Zedd needs to make something work, because Marsh doesn't really have anything. I would like to see flax rather than rhinos at the minute.
Zedd coming in with the first push here. He's going to lose both the mags. Oh, not quite, but that's bad for Zedd. That Deso doing a great job zoning out the Yuri.
Yeah, nice.
Oh,
Oh, and he
another
keeps the
man goes
miner.
down.
He keeps the miner, forces him right
Okay.
back. A minute now to the
What's
Iron
Zedd
Curtain.
got behind this? Zedd's got 2 discs. Marsh is in a great position here. Gets
Yeah, and a
free drone in a
mastermind.
mastermind.
Oh,
Does Zedd even realize? Is he gonna realize? No, but it doesn't matter. Okay, Zedd pushing in now with 2 discs, just trying to keep Marsh at bay a little bit.
really quickly here. When this sort of situation this happens, Bal, do you want to see IC drones, or would you like to try and see Marsh here try to use these rhinos to be aggressive? Because I like to see this from here. I feel like Marsh could use the rhinos, be aggressive, take down the battle lab, take down the radar, then come out. What do you think here, Bal?
He could IC the rhinos and take out the super weapons, I guess. And
There we
that's
go.
probably what he's gonna do.
Yeah. Because the lab will have no force shield
Gonna
yet.
take the lab first, then he's gonna do.
Trying to fit out the
Okay,
army
he's
as
just
well.
just taking out the ground units, just taking out the mag, so that he.
The grinder needs to go down, and the grinder
Oh.
needs to go down. That's an issue. Oh, he takes it down. That Psychotel. This is good for Marsh.
Yeah,
This
Marsh doing very well here. No mind control out from Zedd. Oh, because he got the lab.
Oh, elite! If we get the radar, get the radar, get the radar. If he gets the radar, that'd be huge. Get the radar. The radar will be better.
Zedd just built a.
No, the radar
tower in the wrong place.
No, but the Psychotel now comes out.
No.
Oh, he gets it though. This is good for Marsh.
Those 2 elites. I think Marsh is a game-winning push here. First
Yeah.
IC. That's.
Yeah, his next RC is on the field in 2 minutes as well. Even if he doesn't finish it off now, it will be the next push will come in.
Just don't lose the elites though, right? Like if he. There's one
Oh,
lost.
oh, it goes down. Okay, that's okay. He just doesn't want to overturn it, even if he loses it. But don't overturn it. Come away. Maybe get a power plant on the top side, and then get out.
What's Marsh got behind this?
He's
Marsh has
up.
got a million flax behind this. He's got another IC ready. I
Power
think
plant.
this is GG though.
Yeah, this is good for Marsh. Marsh has played this really well. Credit to him. And he can go for the MCV here because he can just use the force shield. But needs to be careful that a psychic tower doesn't come out. He's low power. He's low power. Oh my God, says Zedd.
Oh wow.
He was low power.
That was a hell of a push.
Ah, fair play to Marsh.
See, it's the mags on the cliff, isn't it? The classic mags on the cliff thing. Where you just, as soon as you let your guard down for a second, then he's taken 2 or 3 of your miners and they're just one shot. The Sovs, the Allies, they pop the tanks on the cliff and you pull the miners back and they lose half their life. As soon as the mag touches your miner, that miner is gone.
Yeah, we shall see. We shall see how Marsh plays this. He is playing as Soviet, which I'm pleased about.
Yeah, I think you really have to.
Yeah.
This is not another map that I don't fancy. Allied versus Yuri.
I think Divide and Conquer is quite a hard allied map anyway, no matter what faction you're facing up. It's obviously doable against Soviet, but I always believe it requires a seal from the start sort of thing. Yeah, Zedd is bottom right, Marsh is top left. Score is at 2-1. Brute coming in. Conscript's going to be used. They'll stop the scout for now, so we'll need that the GAT to come over to scout. Infantry on the left hand side coming across the scout. Marshall sees that. He wants to try and stop the scout. Miner comes out as well.
Yeah. Good timing for that miner.
3 miners are out for Zedd, going to work. Only the 1 miner on the gems at the moment. Same with both players. Symmetrical build, basically. 4th miner comes out now for Zedd.
Okay. Marsh goes 1 rhino just to deal with the gap. Radar on 4 miners.
5th one comes out, so obviously just going to keep pumping them miners. And now it goes over to Flax.
Yeah.
I always like this.
Marsh does hit broke though for a second there.
He's still broke now. He's on $3. There we go. I like this. I like this from the Sov player. Use the Deso, use the flag, come in, harass the Yuri player, try to slow them down. The battle lab is up already. Gonna walk this desk on the right hand side. Oh, deploys it. Oh, he keeps it alive.
That is a good deso. Ultimately, does go down.
Oh yeah.
God, Lashers are arguably more pathetic than Grizzlies. Look at how weak they are. Puny little tanks.
Yeah. I think the Genesis Mutas. I think Zedd's okay here. I know there's going to be an iron curtain on the field in a minute, and Marsh has the minor numbers, but I think he's okay here. Wing 777. Thank you very much for the follow. Very much appreciated. But yeah, I think Zedd's pretty comfortable here. I think it's a nice start.
I think Zedd has the minor numbers actually. It's 7-6 right now.
Yeah, just want to start pumping them war factories now. IC is now out, so we're on 4.5 minutes until this IC. The Rhino numbers are building up for Marsh. Got the Desos, got 3 Desos as well, got a flak there as well. 4 miners on the top hand side, 2 miners on the left hand side, so 6 miners as Balf pointed out. Zedd currently still on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, as Balf said a little while ago, 7 and 6 miners apiece. Zedd is up a miner.
Zedd's army's missing tech. I don't know what he's doing running around without a mastermind or a disc, but he's just getting counted out by the Desos.
Yeah, MCV move
Marsh
here.
expanding behind this. Marsh is like, fuck your shitty little tier 2 army. I'm expanding into you. But he might regret that because Zedd has got tech units coming.
Yeah, needs drones now. Marsh needs drones now. Needs them drones. I don't. One of the things I don't like. Yeah, I don't think you can probably. I'd like to see drones now.
Marsh has got a scary amount of flags. You know, that's pretty intimidating for the Yuri player. Flax, arguably the best unit against Yuri.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, totally agree.
Every single unit they can build apart from Lashers. And Lashers, as we've established a second ago, pretty trash.
Yeah, so the IC is ready now. Oh my god.
Dude, IC's 1 drone?
Yeah.
Oh, that mastermind is not gonna get much done.
No, yeah, that was out of
And
position.
the other one is gonna go down, and now he has to run home. Presumably you have another mastermind, Zedd. Why are you building Lashers?
Suck it, Tar comes out, just click that. Just click
a
that.
mastermind, my friend. A mastermind is what you needed. Surely it's coming out. Surely. Any
Yeah,
second.
mastermind come out.
Okay.
Overload.
That's bad for Marsh. That's really bad for Marsh.
Yeah. He's gonna lose his whole army there, and he didn't need to do that because this keeps it. Let's go war factory down.
Mastermind. Another mastermind somewhere.
Yeah, it's not a bad for either player. Either player wouldn't have been happy with that, but a lot of mistakes from both players there. But I think as things settle down, though, Marsh has expanded, and that's one of the things that's key in his favour here.
You have to remember, Marsh just IC'd 1 drone.
Yeah.
So that was a 1 drone IC. Did a lot of damage, considering the IC was not as good as it could have been for him.
Yeah, next IC is going to be ready. He wants a good IC here. That's important. There's still 1 flak around on the right-hand side. Now gets masterminded. But needs a good IC here.
Yeah, IC drones again. And then you run in with 5 rhinos and a million flak. And Yuri can't do anything.
I'd like to see him.
Yuri
Oh no, he's done it
right
again. Yeah, he's done it. Yeah, Zedd just beaten him in with them drones a couple of times, and the drones have come forward, and he's missed the IC. I'd like to see him harass the miners in the middle. That's a key play for me. There's 4 miners.
Which is key.
Yeah, there's 4 miners in the middle there on gems, and that's a big thing for me. War factory will go down.
What did we? Just a war. Could have
got the ref as well.
Done better there.
Yeah, would have wanted the ref as well. I don't know if maybe he tried to click on a couple of rhinos with that as well. But in the middle is what is the key for me. The middle bit here, you've got 4 miners that are completely away from the rest of their army. Next IC, get in there and kill them off. That for me is big.
Desos are coming in for him.
Yeah, got her on that bottom spot.
He basically already cleared out the middle. You know, Zedd's on 13k.
Yeah.
Money is not the issue for Yuri.
Oh, and extra careful.
Slipping for a second.
Yeah,
there.
3 masterminds.
Gonna lose those flags, lose those rhinos.
Split on the left-hand side, top left, split on the top left. He's going to go for the battle lab first, and he'll come over to the nuke, and that'll be a winning play.
Oh.
If he gets the nuclear reactor...
Like I was saying, Lasher's absolutely OP. Best tank in the game.
Yeah, the drones will clear them up. He should have really went for the nuke first. For me, the nuke would have been the... I would have went for the nuke there. Take that nuke down, no IC.
Yeah.
But we've got no IC anyway, that's gone down.
Damage, though.
Yeah, got a bit of lag. IC has gone down anyway.
So he has to rebuild radar and lab to get IC as well.
Yeah. Who's lagging?
I don't want to point fingers, but we know that Zedd sometimes has moments.
Yeah.
It'll probably, if it's Zedd, it, you know, could well clear itself up. So what's Marsh got? Marsh's got one war. He has to rebuild quite a bit. Zedd has got everything. He's got both supers. He owns the middle. He has a big old army. This is desperation times for the Soviet.
And there's no IC, is there? That's the thing. And there's 5 war factories. And this one is over. And Marsh will kick himself a little bit because I feel like he just wasted a couple of ICs, and that was quite big.
That's the kicker, isn't it?
Yeah.
If Marsh had 2 ICs done, and if he'd gotten more done with them, Zedd did well to bait them close to Marsh's base, but Marsh didn't get the value that he would have wanted, and that was ultimately the deciding factor. Oh, lag switch engaged.
Yeah.
But this is all but over at this moment. There is pretty much nothing Marsh can do to come back into this, I don't think.
Let's see who pops up here. We might see who it is. Can we see? I want to see a DC to see who it is. Oh, this is awful.
Yeah, this is really bad. But it's just a second, isn't it? Like, it will clear itself up. Like, every now and again, Zedd's ping will just turn to 1,000.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I do see it. Yeah, I do see it in the lobby.
It's not a problem. I'm not gonna judge the man. It's just the reality. Anyway, Marsh has got no MCV, 1 war barracks. He can't build anything apart from flags. Flags are, of course, a very powerful unit, but yeah, Zedd knows what he's doing. He's building grids to counter this healthy push of miners and flags. Ultimately, one feels there is nothing left that Marsh can do. Just too much stuff going on for Yuri.
Yeah, Psycho Dominator's ready now anyway.
Yeah, the last war is gone. So now Marsh has got what he's got, and he has to kill 50 buildings to do it. GG. We've gone back to Allied versus Yuri. This is looking more like the sort of map that you might want to play Allied versus Yuri on.
What does he mean? Wow, it didn't unselect me.
I have no idea what that means.
No, me neither.
Just gonna plow through.
The bottom bit here is key.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, me too. I can't spell. The bottom bit on Teleprime is really, really key.
Why are these guys talking to each other so much? Oh my god.
I think Marsh wanted to but I don't think Zedd wants to. He said I normally would, but I wouldn't with a new mouse. I'm not sure.
I think that was about playing Allied versus Soviet or something like that. I think he's saying that he prefers to play Yuri because it takes less effort. Or
Yeah.
Which seems wrong.
I'm so confused. Berg says I'm on a new mouse,
but a conversation.
Yeah. Berg says I'm on a new mouse.
A whole different level.
Berg says I'm on a new mouse, so I go Yuri, which is yeah, Soviet would be a lot easier. Anyway, Zedd said it's the truth. It's not an excuse. It's the truth. I don't know what they're talking about anyway.
Yeah, 2 minutes into the game, and neither player has stopped talking to each other the entire time. What have they managed to do as well as that? They've got to radar tech. Some minors, nothing surprising out of either of them.
I just love IVs and GIs as allied versus Yuri here. Would like to be by now. You probably could have 3 or 4 of these out harassing that bottom right oil, being a nuisance. Could you harass? Yeah, that sort of thing. I just
You've
hope
got
that
money.
yeah, I just hope that Marsh learns and realizes he just can't sit back and allow Zedd to have the free for all.
Oh fuck's sake. Yeah, just don't
Yeah.
build them.
I forget about that because it's like fucking the So versus Allied. No supers.
Yeah, it would be nice if it was baked into the client,
Yeah.
but it is what it is.
But 4 shields are still used though, aren't they? Is 4 shields are still on though, aren't they?
Presumably.
But if you
Zedd
don't have,
coming in with some
if you don't
gas.
use super weapons, can you then not use a 4 shield?
I don't know.
I can't think. Why am I feel like
I think the force shield is separate.
Is
the
it?
super
Oh, okay.
weapons.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's fine. So they just don't build super weapons, yeah. So 4 Harriers coming up. We'll take the lab down. He's been good at... Oh, second one comes out. That's
Yeah.
nice from Zedd. Yeah, Zedd just realises he sees 4 Harriers coming. He says, all you want to do is snipe it. I'll just build a second one. Not an issue.
Good job from Marsh though. He's certainly been doing some good piloting today, but it hasn't helped him out yet in these Allied versus Yuri matchups.
No, so does Zedd build another lab here, or does he allow him to snipe this one? He builds another one, so yeah, he has had to build a couple of extra labs still. So even though he hasn't slowed down his build production, has forced an extra couple of lambs out. But just feel like with Zedd as a Yuri player, that's not really an issue too much. Really, he's absolutely fine. And what does Marsh have to defend against himself here? There's a big army coming here, Balf. A big army.
That's terrifying. Marsh is on 10k, so he's not going to want to die with 10k in bank, but it's hard to see what you do against this as an allied player. The brutes are just such a powerful unit against them.
I'd want to see a Tanya come out here. I want to see a Seal. I've got to try to use them. I know they're not always the most effective, but I've got to try to.
Yeah, I mean, that Tanya last game did quite a bit of work, actually.
Yeah. But yeah.
Marsh gonna try and do some sort of base trading business, or
Yeah,
just gonna
Marsh
run
is
around
done.
the map a bit and
Yeah,
try
Marsh-
and lead?
I just don't understand how Marsh can turn this game around. Once you get to this position, what does Marsh do from here? Like, I'd kind of love to watch Andy kind of do this as allied and see how it's done. But like, what does he do?
Well, you have to be more aggressive, I guess, than Marsh has been. Marsh
Yeah.
has never attacked Zedd. Zedd has attacked Marsh. You got to assume that as allies, you can run from your main base straight across this water to their main base, so you have to take advantage of that, maybe? I don't know. It's obviously not the ideal matchup.
No, it's hard, isn't it? It's really difficult. Does lose the MCV. Force shield does come out.
Discs are so cracked as well. These things, they're just like flying apocalypse tanks or something.
And they take a lot as well to go down. You kind of need 4 or 5 IVs with GGIs in as well to even push them back.
Yeah, it's a brilliant unit, and it also heals as well. Marsh does have an elite IFV now, so could start turning this game around a bit.
Berger's
Zedd
saying
has
that he would play allied versus a Yuri.
I'd love to see that.
I would. Yeah, I would.
We don't see enough of Berg playing. He's a very entertaining one to watch.
Yeah, same as Ed. I love watching Ed. I love Ed and Berg as A as commentators, B as players. But yeah, we'd love to see more of them guys. Berg and Ed are massive fans of them too, commentators and players. And yeah, I totally agree. Don't see enough of either of them.
Marsh is taking out Zedd's miners in the bottom right with some mirages. He's taken 3 so far, I think. He's building up quite a little healthy group of slaves there.
How good are the slaves against brutes?
I don't know. I mean, they can't be mind controlled, so that's a
Yeah,
start, isn't it?
it is a start. Yeah. Look at these miners.
So I think Zedd has taken out 4 or 5 miners so far. Although 2 miners kill 5 mirages, which is pretty overpowered.
That's
But
rank.
can Zedd? Yeah, no. Look, it's got a veterancy.
Yeah.
Yuri miner boys, absolutely balanced unit. Marsh pulling those slaves. Not a lot going on right now. I mean, Marsh lost his MCV, so Zedd is just chilling. But Zedd is a bit broke because Marsh has done a hit job on his economy. So we're just kind of, you know, twiddling our thumbs and watching Marsh build Rockies and walk slaves around.
There's,
Paradrop going to come in and
there's
get
just one
cleaned up by
miner.
that miner.
There's just one miner.
Yeah. I mean, Marsh absolutely decimated Zedd's economy. So Zedd's on one miner, 2 oils, and those GIs are sniping off the slaves as they come out of the miner. So
Yeah, I just think I honestly, Balf, I just feel like if a Tanya come out now in an IV, a Seal come out now in an IV, and then he pushed, I don't think he can. He's got a margin here for the next minute or so where he can just build up this army as the ally player, but then he can't give it any longer.
Zedd back to 2 miners. I'd like to see Marsh use the Harriers on the pad a bit more right now. They're not doing enough. He's got an elite IFV as well that he could have absolutely been splitting off.
He could have got in the bottom right, yeah.
You know,
The bottom right is the key there, isn't it? Get down the bottom right. Can he? He's got a lot of Rockies here. Marsh is by absolutely no means out of this game, but I feel like he's on a timer here. It feels like he's on a timer.
I'd say Marsh is arguably ahead right now, but yes, you're right. Zedd is slowly going to get his economy going again. He's got 2 miners. Got to assume another one's coming out. 3rd miner comes out in his own base. Pretty broke though. Ooh, that's a lot of gads.
One of the things that Marsh could do here is he could just try and pin Zedd in, because if you look at his eco and where he's mining, he's got no eco in his base. The bottom expansion, he's now running out of ore there, so he's got to come into the middle, either the top middle or the bottom middle. So if Marsh can just control that, can he get a Tanya IV? Can he get a Seal IV and then just sit there with the prisms and?
Lloyd, Marsh has 4 Chrono Legionnaires. This is a great game now. On the 10-minute mark, Marsh is spamming Chrono Legionnaires, boys.
We don't see that too often, do we?
Oh man, I just wonder what he's going to do with them.
Well, they're going somewhere. They're on the top right hand side, but he's already seen it. Zedd has already seen it.
Oh, that virus.
Yeah, the virus is already on a vet.
And that is not cheap. Instant loss of 3k there. But Marsh forcing Zedd's miners away.
Doesn't even get a
This is
single
nice.
shot on a mastermind though. Not one shot on the mastermind lands out of 4 Harriers.
One of Zedd's miners has been legionnared.
Nice, yeah, nice spot on the bottom right.
And he could get. Marsh is going to need to.
Oh, I get
2 miners.
Oh my god, he needs to get.
Oh, this is
He's coming.
beautiful.
He's coming.
Zedd is streaming down the bottom of the map.
There's
now
one.
With his Gatling tanks. But
There's
it's gonna
one.
be too late. Marsh is going to.
Oh no, he doesn't get it.
No, he moved them.
Oh shit.
Marsh, you moved. Oh,
He gets one. He's happy. I'm pushing the middle. Pushing the middle. Pushing the middle. There's a lot of Rockies there, and they're out of position there. They're out of position. Oh, he's out of position here. Marsh is going to win. Marsh has got this.
So potent.
Oh wait, come on, Marsh.
Masterminds shred prisms.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh my god.
GG called it. And the thing is as well is them Chrono Legionnaires put the Gats out of position, and then they tried to recover with the army, and they just couldn't recover, which allowed the Rocketeers to do the damage. I'm surprised Marsh has wanted to do this, because it's a faction that Zedd knows well. So it does surprise me a little bit.
Spectators matchup, but I mean, Marsh is a massively experienced player. You have to assume that he knows what he's doing when he makes his choices.
Just talk to me quickly, Bav. What is the background on Marsh? Where's he come from? Is he come back recently or something? I haven't seen him a few months back. Well, all of a sudden he's playing in quite a few show matches. Yeah, well, you know.
So I mean I'm no expert, but I know he's an American guy, and he used to play a lot in X-Swiss. I think he used to beat up all the best players in X-Swiss, and he's been out of the game for a few years,
Mhm.
and he's been just re-entered recently, so he's getting himself back up to top tier level.
And like on his day, if he gets back up to his best, is he sort of, can he compete with the S class players, or where is
Yeah,
he?
I think I think Marsh at his best takes games off Marco.
Hmm.
But I wasn't around at the time, so I go on second-hand accounts. But I
Okay,
think
yeah,
Marsh at his best takes games off Marco, so
okay,
he must be a very strong player.
yeah, indeed, yeah.
So yeah, this is gonna turn into Disc Wars. We know that already. It's a big map, Yuri versus Yuri. Um, it's gonna pretty quickly degenerate into who can build the most of these fucking things, and then we won't even be able to know who's ahead because they're all gonna clump into a single disc. So we got the same number of miners out for each player. They're just Marsh's got a couple of gats running around. Presumably Zedd has got the same somewhere that I can't see. Zedd mining some of these middle gems very early. I like that. He's sending his miners out on little missions, not just sitting around at home. So it doesn't look like Zedd has built any gats to speak of. He's just gone with double mag instead.
Yeah, he put one mag to the right. He put one gap to the right hand side, but it's just been cleared out from Marsh straight away. He tried to use the gap to harass Marsh's miner, but wasn't successful, and Marsh took care of that.
Okay, so pretty nothingy opening again, though. You don't expect anything much out of the players. Zedd's got his lab up slightly quicker, I think, but it's not particularly big deal. Yeah, so Zedd first to supers, but don't think it's going to be meaningful. Of course, in a Yuri versus Yuri matchup, the mutator exists solely as a deterrent. You'll never mutate anything until your opponent has no base left. So it's effectively a one super weapon matchup. You have to build both, but you can't use one. So
yeah, spot on.
that mutator advantage from Zedd means nothing really. He could have built the Dominator before the mutator and gotten the mutator up and would have been fine. Probably going to have an advantage on the Dominator anyway, though, just by virtue of having lab up first. Okay, first engagement in the middle. Instantly control each other's armies. Zedd losing out.
First little engagement goes to Marsh.
Zedd completely cleaned up there. But it doesn't matter, he's switched over to 1,000,000 discs, and the 1,000,000 discs has begun. What do we got? We got 3 wars for Marsh, 3 wars for Zedd. Yeah, it's close to mirror. Of course, Zedd is stretching much more with his base, which you don't really have to do as Yuri, but I suppose it means you can get your discs out closer to the action and new miners closer to new wall patches. But it's not that big a deal. Marsh gonna lose that mastermind?
Yeah, on the cliff.
No, quite. Not quite, no.
Oh,
yes.
There he goes, yeah.
Yes.
That cliff advantage for Zedd is nice.
Marsh losing the advantage that he gained a second ago there. Pretty much a wash now.
Yeah, and a nice stretch from Zedd as well. He stretched a little bit more than, well, quite a bit, considerably more from Marsh, so he's getting down the map. Although the miners
Yeah,
can
but
move
with
where
the
they
mobile
want.
miners, it's
Yeah.
just not so much of a big deal. It
No,
doesn't
no.
really matter that much.
No, I totally
It's
agree.
easier to destroy Marsh's base, though. You know, Zed can dominate 2 wars there pretty easily, probably even.
3, yeah, I think even 3
Yeah.
on that bottom right side. Probably, if he comes into there, he probably gets 3 war factories, which
Or
which
he
would
can
be
get 1 war in both
horrendous.
powers as well.
Yeah,
Maybe even get 1 war both powers in the racks. So
yeah,
that's why. That's one of the reasons Zed's build is a lot better.
that psychic dominate will be absolutely huge shortly, and that's got 2 minutes
and it's
game
coming.
time. Yeah,
Well, Zed's only got, probably about 6 real seconds advantage to use it, so he has to pop it off immediately, and he probably has to pop it off on the powers. Otherwise, it's coming back for him. Marsh up to 6 wars. Zed still on 5. The disc engagement in the middle is kind of toxic, but
there you go.
and yep, Zed hitting the barracks, 2 powers and war.
Yeah.
So very nice little dominator there.
Low power. He is low power. He's heavily
He's
low
gonna have
power.
to
There's not
rebuild
a
both
yeah.
power plants and then also load them as well.
Yeah, let's see. He's heavily low power there for sure. Free disc.
Yeah, one's nowhere near enough. And Zed is doing some pretty significant damage to Marsh's disc numbers. He's got the gaps in there as well, and they are shredding discs.
Yeah, this is
Although
over.
Marsh has done very well. I think Marsh actually has. It's so hard to tell with the discs. Zed's disc stopped for a second and tripled. So yeah, that's got to be a GG now.
Yeah, I just don't know about Marsh. I'm sorry, I just don't know why Marsh would. It surprised me that he's trying to match him up Yuri versus Yuri when it's Zed's faction. Radis here. Can he dominate discs? No, he can't dominate discs.
Back to Allied versus Yuri then. I don't know. Hard for me to judge this map. Obviously, a lot of cliffs, so not the nicest to face mags on maybe, but I guess we shall see what you can get done here as Allied.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you play as Soviet with the cliffs now, it's like sort of that early to mid game. You can afford to lose the flags. It doesn't matter too much. But whereas Allied using the Grizzlies, it's difficult because you can't just afford to lose 2, 3, 4 Grizzlies like quickly to a mag control. And Caverns of Siberia is another map that you can't really. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they probably are.
Yeah. Yes, it's a map that you can't really use robot tanks on either as well. I think if you're going to play Allied versus Yuri, can you pick a map that you can use robot tanks on as well? Poltergeist is a map that comes to mind. Them sort of things, or yeah, it's
you
difficult.
can use robot tanks on any map, can't you? It's there's no law against it, and
No.
if your opponent's not expecting it, then there may be some merit. But
I prefer it with a little bit of water or something like that. Like Tiburon is another one as well, where there's a little bit of water where you can just kind of get in and out. The in and out job is what I like. There is an NGIV coming, Balf. Marsh has that in the middle of the map now, coming to the left-hand side. Ooh, a war factory would be huge.
Oh, he's going to get it. Oh, he sells it. That's still absolutely worth it.
Yeah.
Well, I think. Was it worth it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, slow right down there. He has only just put the radar out, so he's only just put the radar out as that war factory had to be sold off, so we can switch over to the war factory now. But yeah, that was definitely worth it.
Marsh building another NGIV. It has to be said, Marsh's build has been slowed by this somewhat. Zed on 4 miners, Marsh on 5 though. Marsh on 6 actually, so kind of worth. 4 to 6. It's pretty good.
NGIV, what can he get done? This is another big NGIV. There is a mag out though.
He's got a single gap. Doesn't get the ore in Marsh's base though. I don't think this IFV is going to be doing.
Oh my god, it's going to get it!
Oh my god!
He's sleeping!
How?
He's sleeping, boys!
He must be trying to do something else on the map somewhere.
Just use the sentries now. Use the sentries for that.
Oh my god!
Use the sentries on the lab.
Eat my words.
Sentries on the lab. That's it. Go, 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 go,
Yeah,
go.
He's got it. I can't. What the?
Yeah.
I literally just said. There's no way that's gonna happen. Ridiculous.
2 mags and a gap. Wasn't able to defend it. He was sleeping there.
Yeah. I don't know where he was, but these pillboxes are completely toxic.
Yeah. They just keep coming, don't they? It's got
Marsh having a lot of fun now.
Yeah, and Marsh is in a really good position here to make it 4-3. Can he get us to a final deciding game? The mags are coming out. They obviously outrange the pillboxes as Balf touched on earlier. But he has put Zedd really behind here. It's not completely done. I said Marsh has a lot to do still here if he wants to win this game, but he has put himself into a good position.
Come back.
Yeah.
Yuri can still come back. He's got a lab. He's got a war. As soon as he gets some power back up, Yuri can probably come back into this. But he's done phenomenally well. I think Zedd will lose.
7 miners versus 4, and he could lose one here. That mag on the cliff is nasty though. That's just one mag can be an absolute nightmare, as you see in there. Power drop. If you get,
respect to Zedd for sticking in this. You know, if I was Zedd at this moment, I would have quit. So.
Yeah, he wants to keep harassing his miners. The miners are the key. 7 miners versus 4. He'll get one here.
Get that miner. That miner is going to go down. Surely it's going to go down.
7 versus 3. So we're 7 versus 3 on miners.
Ooh, he just lost a lot of tanks though, but I guess he can afford it at this moment.
Yeah. Zedd on 2k. 7 miners versus 3. 1 war factory. Marsh has expanded. He's got the lab up. He's got 7 miners versus 3 as I touched on. Marsh is in a completely winning position here, but this is the thing with Yuri.
He's full base again.
Yeah, this is the thing with Yuri. Like it's so hard to actually beat Yuri. It's okay to get a lead. It's okay to be ahead. It's okay to do all these wonderful things, but to actually beat Yuri, it's so difficult.
Yeah, I mean, Zedd can camp this out pretty well. I think. I don't know. I think at this point. It's not like Zedd is going to go broke anytime soon. He's got 3 nearly full patches that he can mine out without moving anywhere at all.
I don't like Marsh. That's 2 power drops he's just thrown away completely. He just chucked a power drop straight on a miner, like in amongst Zedd's space. It's quite easy for Zedd to defend that. The units that are getting chucked away. I don't like that. I understand he's in a lead where he feels like he can afford to throw them away, but yeah, I'd like to see him try to get something done with them power drops a lot better than that. Can afford to throw them away. I get that.
Marsh has a much better economy right now, but he's also, you know, Zedd is completely back in the game.
Yeah, for sure. He is hitting broke though. The discs are coming out. And you're just going to have to grind down the Yuri player here. You have to grind down. And this is commonly what we see when Soviet play Yuri. You know, it's not a case of you get a little bit of a lead, you can just see the game out and it's done and dusted. Very rarely does that happen. It's normally if you're playing Yuri, you have to grind them down. You have to be patient. You have to keep winning the individual battles. And eventually you will win the game. But the thing is with Yuri, you make a mistake and you get masterminded. A couple of units get masterminded, the game can quickly flip. So Marsh has to keep his cool here. He has to use his previous experience that he's had in the past. He's experienced playing against Quas recently and against Andy, and try to see this out and get himself to 4-3. Then he has a real good chance at this series.
Zedd on 5 miners now, which is just not great, but it's something. Marsh obviously on like double that. And oil purifier up for Marsh. He's going to be a very rich boy indeed. So.
Yeah, love an oil purifier. Love it as well. He's on just touching on sort of 9.5, 10k now. Yeah, the 10k now is out. So Marsh will be spamming war factories on the back of this. Currently he's only on 2 war factories, so he needs them war factories out now. But Zedd maybe has an opportunity here, but there is a lot of mirages. We shouldn't underestimate how good these mirages are, even with the masterminds there.
Yeah, he's got 4 masterminds. It's pretty... I don't know. He's not got enough brutes, I don't think. Zedd has, Marsh has got a huge economy lead, and it's beginning to show in the numbers on the field.
Yeah, needs the war factories. Just got to keep pumping the war factories now. Still only 2 war factories versus 1. And considering obviously the advantage that Marsh had from the start, you would think he'd be a couple of more war factories ahead at least. Not just yet, but they will come. But Larry's saying BFs question mark. I do like to see the BFs, but with the mags.
I've not seen Marsh build any BFs yet, so I'm not sure that he's going to start now. Invincible discs.
Kane's saying BFs are slow and can be easily grabbed. I would use them with 5 snipers though to deal with the brutes if I went UK, i.e. Great Britain. It would be good if the mags cannot grab BFs. Pap saying a sneaky Yuri Prime would be good from Zedd at this point. Yeah, a nice sneaky one. Could he get it around the map or do something? But Marsh is in a really good position here. But like these cliffs here, these cliffs here.
He's doing quite a bit. Zedd has one Gat cannon would absolutely shred every Rocky in this group.
Big engagement, and the Rockies are still there as well.
Zedd kind of living on a knife edge economy-wise.
Yeah, but look at in the middle there. There's a lot of masterminds still. There's a lot of masterminds for these units. I don't know.
Cannon came up, but does Zedd have enough anti-AA? He does.
That was good. I think that was good for Zedd. I think that was good for Zedd. He's cleared out a lot of Rockies. He's completely halved Marsh's army. He's bought himself more time to rebuild. And the minute here, it's all about a rebuilding job.
Zedd is winning now, I think.
Yeah, I think I would agree. Yeah.
Zedd is ahead now, I think.
Yeah, and this is what's so frustrating for Allied. Like, it's so hard to just finish out the game against Yuri. But credit to Zedd though, he's kept his cool, he's kept his calm. Like you said, he could have maybe quit out at one point. He could have just, oh fuck that, I'm done here. But he's kept his cool, he's played well. He's pushing in now on the miners. He's going to take care of the miners. This is going to be hard, Balf.
Like you said, Marsh did so well in the early game with the NGs. They got huge value. But then in Marsh in the mid game, he sat back and he allowed Zedd to rebuild his base. Zedd had almost no base left. If Marsh had kept up a more consistent pressure, then I think that he would have probably won the game there.
Masterminds coming on the top side here as well. They're just going.
Masterminds.
Yeah, just over. Yeah. Done.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Zedd's destroyed Marsh's expansion. Zedd's taken Marsh's attacking army. Marsh could still maybe claw his way back into this, but it's a lot harder for Allied to claw themselves back into it than it is for Yuri.
Yeah, totally. He's on 3 war factories. He's on 3 war factories. I know he's only versus 1 sort of thing, but Zedd's got a huge army here with these brutes, and Zedd has used the brutes really, really well. Marsh will be frustrated here. I feel like Marsh will be frustrated here because he had a really good opportunity to win this game, bring it to 4-3, like. And some of the things he's done well, he hasn't completed here. Like one of the things he done really well was using that Tanya in one of the opening games as well. He hasn't brought out a Tanya here. I'd like to see him do the same here, try and thin out these brutes. Like you said, there wasn't a great deal of brutes. The Tanya here would have probably done a decent amount of job, but yeah.
Masterminds, man. Such a ridiculous unit as well. There's nothing. Pretty much nothing in the Allied army that can deal with a mastermind very effectively. I suppose the Mirage, but that's why the brutes are there.
Yeah, them brutes are nasty, aren't they? So underrated as well, really. They are expensive though. I don't think people realise. What is it? 500 for a brute. 2 brutes is 1,000. They are expensive.
Yeah, you get cloning vats though. They get some vats, and that means they're only 250.
Yeah, then they are. Yeah, they're massive. You think the same cost almost as like a GI, and what they actually do is huge. And respect to Marsh. Marsh is just hanging on in here. He's just saying, Zedd, I'm going to make you work for this. But this game has been over probably for a good sort of minute, maybe 90 seconds here now.
Yeah.
But it's
a really long game. I actually didn't realise that it's gone for nearly 13 minutes.
Yeah, and it has swung as well, as we noticed as well. It has swung, so that'll be the end of the series. Zedd will win 5-2. Respect to Zedd as well. Credit to both players. I thought Zedd played very, very well. I thought at moments Marsh was exceptional, and I feel for Marsh a little bit like at the same time, like I said, Balv, no one forced Marsh to play Allied, but the Allied versus Yuri matchup is really, really hard.